everybody, Deuce the Wild One here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Kustom Kar Esthetic. I'm finally uploading this one for you. So here's what I mean when I talk about Kustom Kar Esthetic. Basically, so this is my shoebox Ford, as you guys are familiar with. What I basically mean by it is, when you look at a car, when I specifically look at a car, I like to make sure that it's very uniformed. Everything flows nicely. Everything looks where it's custom, but it also looks like it could have came out of the factory like that. You understand where I'm going with that? Basically like something the factory could have put on. You want to make sure everything's in proportion, everything lines up, everything is centered, and everything flows with the whole vibe of the car. And that's what I think really makes a custom car look great. For an example, now when I was building this car, I had a lot of ideas for this car. And when I got this car, I was like a, custom fanatic. And I was, wanting to do all kinds of different stuff with it. And as I said, it's still not done yet. We're going to chop it and all that, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to do other custom features to it and everything. I originally, when I bought the car, I heard about a Continental kit. Now, I'm not a Continental kit guy. Because the Continental kit, when somebody says Continental kit to me, at the time I was thinking, the huge splash pan hanging out, and, the bumper way out here, and then the Continental kit here being way out with the splash panel. And that right there is kind of what I'm talking about. The aesthetic of it is not right. It just looks awful like that. Well, this Continental kit is a J.C. Whitney Connie kit. I think they made them in the 70s. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And I'll show you how this one's mounted. This does not hold a spare tire. Those two bolts right there. It just mounts right to the trunk. This is just for show, just for, it's a custom look. And it looks great. And so what I wanted to do with this car, I wanted to kind of originally French in the taillights a little bit. And I wanted to cat eye them so it had like this mean look in the back, right? Because I said I originally wasn't going to put the Continental kit on it. Well, I just fell in love with this Continental kit so much, and that was the one that the original owner had on the car, Little Darling. And when we put it on, we're looking at it, and I still kind of had it in my head that I wanted to do that. And the more we did the car, the more things came together. And me and my dad were talking, we were doing it. We were just looking at it the one night. He's like, man, with your license plate where it's at, everything's nice and centered. Your taillights are the stock, those are stock. Other than the blue dots in them, those are the stock, the way the taillights were out of the factory. And that Continental kit, if you cat-eyed them and Frenched them in, you have everything sticking out and everything centered and nice and straight. If you would have sucked them in and cat-eyed them, it would look god-awful, I think. It just wouldn't look right. I mean, it might have a cool look to it to a certain point, but it just wouldn't look proportioned. And I kept looking at it, I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right, man. And so we're keeping the straight across, stock lights in it. And, it goes with the car tremendously well. Same thing up in the front. Now, I get a lot of people that say to me, oh, you got to French them headlights in. Now, Frenching in headlights in most customs, like the taillights, are cool. But here's the thing with it. Now, the only thing really custom, obviously the grill, the only thing really custom we did body-wise is we radiused the hood here. As you can see where you cut the corners off the hood, it's a custom trick. Curve the hood. And then this is a 58 Ford grill I put in this car. It's trimmed down. It's not done yet. I got to put a grill surround and everything on it. So it's a 58 Ford grill, and trimmed it down, put it in there, and I wanted the floating grill look, where it was either like knobs on the grill all scattered or bullets. Well, I went with the bullets. Now the bullets stick out. As you can see, the splash panel, the bumper sticks out. 49 Plymouth bumpers on this car, by the way. And I love the cat eye trim, because this is a big custom trick a lot of people put on their cars. Here, like the trim here. And if I would have sucked them in and Frenched them in like that, it just wouldn't look proportioned. It would have looked, you would have all this sticking out, and you have your headlights sucked in. It just wouldn't look right. They say with custom cars, more is more, which is true with some stuff, accessories and stuff, but sometimes less is more too. So if you're building the car, that's the stuff I'm kind of pointing out. Pretty simple stuff. Don't make it all about how much custom modifications you did. Make it about how the car looks and how the car flows and how the car sits, and you want everything centered and nice, and that's what people really look at. I mean, that's probably why I get a lot of compliments with this car when I'm out on the road or at a show or whatever. And the same thing with the chop. Like, as I said, we're going to chop it. And we watched my dad chopped many cars in his life. And he chopped Merc and all that stuff. And, any chop on a custom, you really want to have it flowing nice and smooth. I heard Bob Bleed, he even said it. I mean, I heard it before, but he said it on a Mad Fabricators documentary. A lot of guys chop customs because it's for the chop. That's what the car is all about. You want it to be about the whole car, make the whole car look better. So, yeah, that's like the same thing with my crisp bubble skirts here. That's, the custom skirt to get. In my opinion, and most custom car builders' opinion, that is the skirt. Look at it, they call them bubble skirts. They bubble out. It really gives that nice snail look to the car. That's all the custom guys know what I mean by that snail look. It just looks like that tail dragger, badass look. And I originally had Crestliner skirts I was going to put on it, kind of like the stock skirts they had for these cars, and it just wouldn't look the same. It wouldn't look as badass. The body would be too flat and straight. And I think that really just gives that custom look a different impact, with the bubble skirts. It really changes the car. So, yeah, that's a little short version of it. Kustom Kar Esthetics. Thank you all for watching.